Welcome back, everyone. Left Wing Zero here with the final day of the Trick or Treat competition. If you remember, the first day we went 8-2. Second day we went 6-4. So right now we are sitting at 14 wins and 6 losses going into the third day with 10 battles to go. This is the first battle from the third day, so no losses yet at this point. The third day, Gengar versus Gourgeist. Shadow Ball goes off. It's going to do about 80% damage, but the Score Guy's setting up a light screen. So I'm thinking, okay, so this is going to be a very defensive team. It's going to go for a Shadow Sneak, which is going to do a healthy amount of damage, about half damage to me. I get a Shadow Ball off again, and goes down. And now the opponent's going to bring out an Aegislash, and I'm going to switch out here because I know it's probably going to try to go for a Shadow Sneak, and I am at a point of health where I want to try to preserve my Gengar, so I'm going to bring Gourgeist out to try to get some burn off. Leech Seed being there's already a light screen up. I know special attacks aren't going to do that much. So it is going to go for the Shadow Sneak, but it's not going to take that much damage off, being it's Gourgeist and not Gengar. And I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp, but misses. And my opponent's going to put up Reflect, but that's going to make a smart play and try to switch into Chandelure, predicting me to use Will-O-Wisp again to get a Flash Fire boost, most likely. But I predict this, being I saw there was a possibility of Chandelure, and I went for Leech Seed instead, just in case that switch happened. So now I got my Leech Seed up, so I can still get my health back. And I have Shadow Sneak, which is being partially blocked by Reflect, so I can really only rely on like protecting and getting Leech Seed back. And I see a Flamethrower coming my way, so I'm like, that's not going to be good. That's going to hurt a lot. So can get some health back. And my only option now is either to switch or to Shadow Sneak. So I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak because I figure a Flamethrower is going to basically hurt anything that it touches from the Chandelure, being its special attack is so high. So it was worth taking, I guess, the risk of losing Gourgeist because I know anything I switched into would have been damaged heavily. So I bring Gengar back in and try to get something off because I know I should be faster. So I'm going to get the Shadow Ball off. The question is, will it be enough with the light screen up? And it is enough to take it out the Chandelure with the light screen, so that's awesome. And now it's down to the Reflect wore off and the light screen both wore off in the same turn, which is weird even though the light screen went up the turn before, the Reflect, but whatever. And out comes the Aegislash again, so it's going to go for that Shadow Sneak that I was thinking it was going to do at the very beginning of the battle, and it should be enough to take me out, probably. Yep, enough to take me out. So now it's down to 1v1 with the star of the third day, Spiritomb versus Aegislash. And here's where the fun begins. Actually, there's only 2 turns, so I don't know how much fun this is going to be. But we'll see. So there's a King's Shield, and it goes up and protects itself. I'm going to Calm Mind, and this looks like it's the last turn, so this could be a forfeit. And let's see here. No, it's changing its stance. Oh no, it's not a forfeit. It's just that he goes for a Shadow Ball, which is going to do shit damage to me, and I'm going to get a Dark Pulse off, and it's going to kick his ass because he's in Blade form. That's what happened. So, Dark Pulse, Blade form, GG. Have a nice day. That's the awesomeness of Spiritomb. It is a tank, and with Calm Mind, you can make it even better. So that was the first battle. Now we're on to second battle of the day. Now, I don't remember where I lost the first battle of the day, the third day. It was like somewhere near the beginning, but not in the beginning. It was like a few battles in. So this could be around that point, but I was still very confident with my team I had set up. Look, that Gengar has Sucker Punch. I wonder who thought about that, having that on his Gengar. Critical hit. So you can see that even though Sucker Punch would be a good move for priority, it still wouldn't get a lot of damage off. So I do get the Feint on the Gengar. He wasn't holding a Focus Sash. Maybe it was Choice Banded? I don't know. But out comes the Gourgeist, which is probably going to Shadow Sneak and KO me. I'm only at 48 health, and that's, yeah, KO. Critical hit, that wouldn't have mattered, I don't think. So in a way, it was a good strategy, but he sacrificed his Gengar to do it. So, not pulling any punches, out comes Spiritomb. Put in some work. Phantom Force. So this will be interesting to see how much damage Phantom Force will take off. And I'm going to Calm Mind. It's not going to really matter with the Phantom Force coming my way, but it's still, at least boosting some stats up. Phantom Force, let's see how much damage this does. It does about 57 health, so I can survive 2 more of those. So Dark Pulse almost takes it out. Critical hit. And get my leftovers back. So now I can. It's the question is whether I can actually survive 2 of those or not. I know I can survive 1 for sure, but a second one, not sure if I can survive it. With these leftovers, I might be able to just survive it. If you're 57, that's 114. So at this point, I should be able to survive 2. I'm at 69 health now, so I should definitely be able to survive 2, but it's not going to matter because I'm KOing the Gourgeist anyway. And the opponent's final Pokemon comes out. After I get some leftover health back, get up to 76 health, pretty healthy amount of health. We're Chandelure, so it's going to go for a Fire Blast, which I've already Calm Minded, so I'm just going to barely survive, so I get the rest off. So that was awesome. I did survive that, and that was all because of the leftovers here. If I didn't have leftovers, or if I got knocked off me, I would have been fainted by then. But it's all because of the leftovers, getting some of that health back. Shadow Ball is going to do a pretty decent amount of health. Remember, Chandelure's special attack is like the highest of all the ghost types, so it is going to still hurt, even though I'm already Calm Minded. So I lucked out, and with the Sleep Talk, I do get the Dark Pulse off, which is bringing it to its Focus Sash. So 1 more hit, and that's GG. And I obviously have a Gourgeist in the back, so even if for some reason my Spiritomb fails, I do have Gourgeist in the back to Shadow Sneak me to victory. And there comes a Shadow Ball again. And I'm fast asleep, so I'm going to try to go for my Sleep Talk again and hope that I get a Dark Pulse off. If not, I can get it on the next turn. It goes for rest, so it fails, obviously. So now I got to hope I can survive this turn, and then it'll be the 3rd turn, so I'll be waking up so I can attack. So the Shadow Ball, I should be able to survive that. I do with 40 health. I wake up, I use Dark Pulse, gone. See you later, Chandelure. So that was another display of Spiritomb's awesomeness and bulk. So 3rd battle coming up against Remy. For some reason I had a feeling I've battled this guy before, earlier in the tournament, but who knows. This Ballspot's usually really good about making sure you only play against people like once, like in a tournament. But whereas like Showdown, you see, like if I play Showdown, it seems like I'll play with the same 5 people over and over again. Maybe that's just because there's only 5 people playing, I don't know. But see, Showdown seems pretty popular, so I think there'd be more people than just 5. But anyway, Gengar versus Mega Bayonet. It's going to Sucker Punch. So what, 2nd battle in a row, we're going for Sucker Punch. And of course, being it's Mega Bayonet, it's going to do a lot more damage than Gengar did, and brings me to my Focus Sash. So I'm going to Shadow Ball, which takes out the Bayonet before he has a chance to Destiny Bond me. And now I could probably see a Gourgeist coming, and yep, and it's going to Shadow Sneak, and it's going to Faint me. And same song and dance as the first couple days. Where again, if I had a Sucker Punch, it probably would have done something. Alrighty, so now we bring out Spiritomb. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to take charge of this battle here. It's going to do Phantom Force, and from the last battle, I know I can survive probably 3 Phantom Forces if the opponent is ridiculous enough to attempt to do 3 in a row. So I'm just going to do what I did last time, boost up my stats. Phantom Force is going to do probably about 1/3 of my damage. It did less than that, so this one's more defensively built than offensively built, but I guess not special defensively because I just took it out in 1 hit. So awesome job there. So now it's my opponent's down to his last Pokemon, and I'm still nearly at full health. Now it's only after 1 Calm Mind too, so that's pretty awesome. I can Aegislash, so it's gonna Swords Dance. It's probably it's a physical Aegislash, which kind of sucks because I'm boosting special defense instead of defense, because I knew there weren't that many physical attacking ghosts in the tournament, so I just decided on Calm Mind. So let's see what happens here. I know I'm still pretty much at full health. It's going to do a substitute, but what my opponent doesn't know is that my Spiritomb has the infiltrator ability, so this Dark Pulse is going to go right through that sub, and my opponent's going, what the fuck just happened? And I have an infiltrator. Ha ha. And that's how I won that battle. That's why you run infiltrator on your Spiritomb. Awesome. Alright, here's the next one. This one looks like a long one, 16 turns versus Scrass. And he's going to bring out Spiritomb also, so he's meaning business also. At this point, I was like in the lower to mid 1600s, so people are getting like, a little smarter now of what they're trying to do. Surprisingly, that Shadow Sneak really took a lot out. I'm going to try a Dazzling Gleam, take as much health off this thing as possible. I think that's the only way you can really take out Spiritomb is with the Dazzling Gleam in this tournament. So I'm going to come back, because I was predicting another Shadow Sneak, and it was going to probably Fate me. So I'm bringing Gourgeist out to handle that Shadow Sneak better. And I'll try to get get a Will-O-Wisp off, because look, that does nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's the bulk of Gourgeist there. And I'm going to get a Leech Seed off, and I'm going to attempt to, I believe, get a Will-O-Wisp off. It's going to go for Will-O-Wisp also, which is going to neuter my Shadow Sneak, but I don't really care because I know that Spiritomb's a beast and I'm not really going to want to try that anyway. So now I'm back to where I have an even swap of health with losing health with gaining health with Leech Seed and losing health with Burn. So it's kind of a even swap now, but I'm going to protect. I'm going to get some more health back, stall this thing out, and the next turn I can go for my Will-O-Wisp and take off some more, but it's almost gone. So if I go for the Will-O-Wisp, it might not make sense. It might be, we'll say it's kind of close. So what did I do here? I went for the Shadow Sneak, because the Will-O-Wisp wouldn't really made sense because the chance of it missing wouldn't have been worth it. So I did get the Shadow Sneak off first. It brought down to enough health where Leech Seed's going to finish off the job anyway. Because if I went for Will-O-Wisp there, I would have risked it missing, and it would have been an extra turn where I could have gotten more damage off on Gourgeist, and especially when I'm burned, even though I'm gaining health back, it's slowly taking a little bit more health away than I'm gaining, so I really don't want to waste any more turns than I have to. So out comes the Gourgeist, final... No, not the final, it's the second Pokemon. And it's going to Shadow Sneak faster than me. And going to go for a Will-O-Wisp just to get some consistent damage off of it, because I'm already burned, so I know my Shadow Sneak's going to do shit to it, and I know I can't Leech Seed it because it's a grass type, so that's not going to do anything. So that's really my only option was to Will-O-Wisp it, and it's going to go for a Shadow Sneak. There's probably enough to take me out, either that or after the burn. And at 16 health, so after the burn I'm probably going to be gone. So I'm going to go for Desperation Shadow Sneak just to get any type of damage off. It takes off basically nothing. And it looks like it has leftovers itself, so it's going to be gaining back the damage I just dealt it, but then it's going to lose some damage with the burn, and I'm going to be taken out from the burn like I thought, so not good there. I'm going to bring in Spiritomb to take care of business now. So now we already have a burn. It's going to try to burn me. But that would have been a free... Actually, it's a free couple of turns now, because he's going to try to Will-O-Wisp me again the next turn, I believe. Which I don't think he knows that I know Rest, so Burn is meaningless to me, because I can just rest it off. So now I'm going to Calm Mind my stats up, and he can just try to Will-O-Wisp me all at once, because it's not going to really do anything to me. And there comes the Will-O-Wisp. Hits this time. So I got basically 2 free Calm Minds out of that, because there's nothing really my opponent can do. Unless he has Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb seems to be a pretty good choice because of its higher base power. It's like an 80 base power move as compared to Shadow Sneak, which is a 40 base move. So I've noticed that the Gourgeist that used Seed Bomb were more successful against the Spiritomb, but of course this Gourgeist is burned, so it wouldn't really be as effective. And it's going to Leech Seed me, which... when I rest, it doesn't remove Leech Seeds, so Leech Seed's going to be there to stay. So I'm still going to Calm Mind up my stats. He's got another 6 turns left, so I have no problem just sticking around here. boosting my stats. Opponent's probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. Or why isn't he attack? Or like, you gotta attack sometime, haha, LOL, you gotta attack sometime, haha. That's probably what he's saying there, sitting on his whatever, just laughing at me. I'm gonna get the last laugh here. So, I get the consistent burn damage, but he's basically getting that back with the Leech Seed damage. It's kind of like the situation I had before. So he's going to Shadow Sneak, and it's not going to do anything, like maybe 10 health. So it can just do that all at once. So, I have no problem with him just Shadow Sneaking me, taking off like 10 damage every time. I'm just going to keep on boosting my stats, and he's going to have a nice trick coming his way. As I keep on basically gaining back my health, and then losing it from the burn, but then losing extra from Leech Seed, so almost getting to the point where I have to rest up. Usually around when I'm getting around the yellow, that's where I know I gotta rest, just in case there's a crit coming my way that I don't really want to lose Spiritomb over. So I'm getting in the yellow, so I'm getting almost to rest time here. I believe this turn I rest. Usually around 50 health is where I start resting. Yep, and here's the rest. So there goes the burn. But like I said, the Leech Seed, I believe, still stays. So he's still going to be getting some health back from me and from his leftovers. But it's not going to matter once I hit him with this Dark Pulse that's been boosted several times. It's not going to be fun for him. But this might be a smart Gourgeist that tries to go for Destiny Bond. I'm just going to withdraw it. It knows, oh wait, I can't do anything against this guy. He rested. So now out comes Aegislash, and the Leech Seed is still going to go off, even though he switches. I'm going to Sleep Talk first, and it's going to rest. So that's not going to work that time. But it was still worth the risk for that move, because I mean, a lot of the times I still got the Dark Pulse off or the Calm Mind off, so it was still a good decision to have that. But I do get the Leech Seed damage still, so that's still going to hurt me a little bit. It's going to go for a Shadow Claw, which that still doesn't really do anything, even though I've been just boosting special defense. I built it so I was fully invested in defense, knowing that I was going to be boosting my special defense anyway. So I wanted to make sure I was fully invested in regular defense, knowing that people would still try to use some sort of physical attacks on me. I believe I was all HP and defense, I believe. Not positive, I have to look it up later. See, the Shadow Claw, it doesn't really do anything to me again. I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse, which I took kind of a risk here, because I know that's going to easily destroy the Aegislash. But I don't think I'm faster, and it's probably going to go for a Shadow Sneak. So I think I risked it for the biscuit, and I went for a Dark Pulse. I'm not positive. I think I did, because I was pretty sure that I could survive a Shadow Sneak from him, but he just forfeited anyway. So that solved that mystery. Now we go to the next one. So I guess he figured that if he did a Shadow Sneak, it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to be enough health taken off, and I would have Dark Pulsed, and it would have been the end of the game anyway. So here goes the Gengar Chandelure. 33 turns, oh my god. This might be the chess match that I was thinking of, that I couldn't remember which match it was. I had a chess match. This must be the chess match game. Anyway, so had a Khalid Berry, which lowers the power of Ghost Move. Brings me down to my Focus Sash, and it's going to withdraw. I guess because I figured I was probably going to KO it after the second attack, and out comes the opponent's Spiritomb. So I went for a Shadow Ball, still thinking that the Chandelure was going to stay in, so that's going to do absolutely nothing. Maybe like 15% health. Shadow Sneak, take me out. Obviously, that seems to be the theme of the whole tournament. And now I'm going to bring out my Gourgeist, because I want to try to whittle this thing away. So I'm going to Leech Seed it. But see, it still has the ability to switch out if it wants to get rid of the seeding. So I'm going to go for a Dark Pulse, which even not powered up was very powerful. It was a critical hit, that's probably why. Because that normally doesn't take off that much damage, so it was a crit that happened there. So I'm just going to try to stall out as much as I can to get as much health back as possible, even though I know that the Dark Pulse will easily end my day there. But opponent's going to switch out into Gnome Gourgeist to stop the my protect failed to stop getting the leech seed damage back, so it's going to will-o-wisp me, and it's going to take me down to a point where I could probably be shadow sneaked and destroyed, and there we go. That was kind of a mistake there, because now I missed my will-o-wisp, and then it's going to shadow sneak me, and it's going to be enough to feint me. So this battle, it wasn't looking very good. So this is, I think, why I was so excited at the very end of this. So Spiritome's coming out. So I only really have my Gengar, who's very weak, and I have my... Actually, no, I don't know. This is my last Pokemon, because my Gengar fainted already my Gourgeist. So this is my last Pokemon against all 3 of the opponent's Pokemon. So, and we're only on turn 8 of 33, so get some popcorn and enjoy. So it's basically Spiritome versus the world, and this battle exemplifies why Spiritome is such a boss. So as you can see, Seed Bomb does take off more damage. It was a smart choice move for this Gourgeist, just because of the attack power boost. It was a lot greater, plus with Stab being a grass typing really also helped out. So it's going to give me a hard time here, because I'm losing health like crazy here with the burn and with the Seed Bomb. And it has Quick Claw also, which helps it go first. And it's going to Seed Bomb me again, bring me down to 39 health. So I'm going to rest. Thankfully, there was no crit there, so I was able to survive. And it's bringing me back to full health again. I'm going to ditch the burn. So now we're getting a little bit back in business. The opponent sees this as an opportunity, thinking I'm just going to sleep for 3 turns to bring out Chandelure and try to get something done with Chandelure. So I'm going to Sleep Talk, and we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a rest, and it's going to fail. And it's going to use Overheat, try to get a really powerful attack off. But remember, I have Calm Minded a bit, but it's still going to take off like 58 health. So I can only survive another 2 of those most likely. So actually, then the special attack dropped too. So yeah, probably about 2 of those I can still survive. And here comes Dark Pulse. So I got lucky there, got that off, just enough to take it out. Awesome job there. So now we're down to 2 Pokemon. And I'm still gaining a little bit of that health back from that Overheat. It took a big chunk of health off, so now it comes the Gourgeist again. And it's going to Frisk the leftovers, and it's going to have Quick Claw again. It's going to go first, and it's going to use Destiny Bond. So now I'm freaking out. This guy has Destiny Bond, and he has Quick Claw. And I wake up and I go for a Dark Pulse. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to faint him and I'm going to die. No! He hangs on barely, so that was close. And here's where the chess match begins, because I know he has Destiny Bond, and I know I can't really attack him prematurely, because he can just freely Destiny Bond me, and he could feint me and have still a Pokemon in the back where he can then just win, because he'll have a Pokemon still in the back. So I got to play this very carefully, where I'm almost counting how many Destiny Bonds this guy has, because I have to basically stall him out where he loses all of his PP for his Destiny Bond. So this is the second Destiny Bond, so it's number 2 that he's used. And I gotta be safe for him. I can't even Sleep Talk. I have to just, like, if I'm resting, I just have to suck it up and wait 3 turns just to, because I know he can just Destiny Bond me at any time and just end the match. So I have to be very careful. That's why it's a chess match here. I gotta basically just play it very carefully. So he's gonna go for a Seed Bomb. So the opponent's not dumb though. He's not just gonna go. He's not gonna spam Destiny Bond. He's still gonna try to win outright with an attack. So plus he's gonna mix it up a bit. He knows if he just does Destiny Bond, he knows I'm just gonna purposely just stall until he loses all of his PPs. So he's gonna play it carefully himself too. So that's number 3, Destiny Bond. And I'm just gonna stay asleep. I'm not gonna risk anything. He's got Quick Claw, Seed Bomb. So now he's mixing it up too, because he sees that I'm just gonna stall it out myself. But then I gotta play it smart too, right? I have to mix in every now and then a Sleep Talk as well, just to make sure he knows I'm not just gonna purposely Calm Mind. See that? Of course, if I went for a Dark Pulse, I would have won, but against that Gourgeist, but I went for a Calm Mind instead. Still going to boost my stats up. But this is very interesting. I mean, this is like very hardcore a lot of focus and concentration involved with this one. So here's Destiny Bond again, number 4. And we'll go for Another Calm Mind. I think at one point I'm actually maxed out on Calm Minds. I still Calm Mind just to survive. So I know he's going to Destiny Bond. So he's already used 4. So I believe it has 5 PPs, and then if you use 3 PP ups, it can go up to 8. So I'm just going to rest anyway, even though I'm at like almost full health. I'm just going to rest, just because I'm just waiting out until he loses all of his PPs. I'm just going to outweight him. I'll go for another Seed Bomb. He's probably waiting to see if he can get a crit off of me or something. But Seed Bomb is still doing a healthy amount of damage to me. Gosh. Seed Bomb again. It's going to bring me down to about half health. So the Seed Bomb's really wearing me down, and I think I'm throwing a Sleep Talk in here just to let him know, hey, I'm not just going to wait you out. I'm still going to try to attack. So now he's going to think, okay, now I can waste another Destiny Bond. See, he used Destiny Bond there because he saw I was trying to Sleep Talk. He saw I was like saying, screw it, I'm just going to try to attack you. But I did that just to really get him to use another Destiny Bond. So that was number 5. So now if he's not invested into the PP ups, he's done for with it, but I'm still waiting it out. I want to make sure he's totally out of PPs for this, because I don't want to risk anything, because I mean there's a chance he could have it. So I'm going to wait a while, see if he keeps on attacking me or not, until I finally say, okay, I'm attacking. So I'm still getting enough health back where, unless he crits me, he's not going to feint me, because I can always just rest again. And he's just Seed Bomb, Seed Bomb, Seed Bomb. So he's eventually going to run out of PPs for that too. So I'm going to rest again. And I think at some point during this rest cycle, I'm going to try to go for it, because I think he might be out of Destiny Bombs. But he keeps on Seed Bombing. So I'm going to risk it. I think here, around here somewhere. No, not yet. I'm still waiting it out. And then he's gonna Quick Claw again. That Quick Claw is going off a lot. I mean, it's supposed to be, I think, a 10% chance you go first. It seems like it's like a 80% chance he's going first. It's ridiculous. But I do go for Sleep Talk here, and it's a Calm Mind. Great. And I'm already fully boosted on my stats, so that's going to do nothing. So let's see if he does anything about that, knowing I'm trying to attack. And he goes for a Seed Bomb. So I think really at this point I'm thinking, okay, he definitely is not going to attack again, so this time I'm going to try to do something about it. So I'm going to rest again, see what he has up his sleeve. And it's going to Shadow Sneak. So he's Shadow Sneaking now, which means he must be out of Seed Bomb PP, because he's just Shadow Sneaking now. That was a critical hit, did absolutely nothing. So he must be out of PP, so I'm finally going to just start Sleep Talking now, and I get a Dark Pulse off. So I finally feint this Gourgeist, which I had to stall out and make sure that it didn't have more than 5 PPs on Destiny Bond, just to get through that. So now there's pretty much nothing that can be done unless there's some sort of crazy crits with this last Pokemon, which is Spiritomb on opponent's side, and I'm still asleep. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to Sleep Talk. Hopefully I get a Dark Pulse off. I do get a Dark Pulse off, so that was thankfully good play there. And +6 still does not feint this beast, which is amazing. I'm +6 special attack, and I still can't feint it. Oh my god. But I do wake up and go for a Dark Pulse, and I don't care how bulky you are, you're not going to survive from that low of health. And it doesn't. And I finally end that battle. Oh my god. That was a long battle. So, how many of these do I have left here? I think I have like 3 left here. I don't know if I'm even going to make this video. Is already at a half hour. Let's give it a shot here. So next we have third to last battle here, Zolofia. And only 11 turns, thankfully, against Bayonet. So this one should be a little quicker, hopefully. frisks my focus sash, but around here I'm getting in the high 1600s. I think after this point I end up going over 1700, and after this battle, or no, not this, after the next battle, I'm sorry. So feign it. It doesn't even have, it didn't even try. Oh my god. That was interesting though. I mean, you would have thought it would have done something like protect to get its prankster ability propped, but that didn't seem to happen. So I'm going to use a Shadow Ball onto this Gourgeist and see if it does how much it does. It does, like it usually does, about 80%. And it's going to Phantom Force. And I think I'm at full health still, so there's really no point in me. I do switch out, okay. I'm at full health still, so I figure there's no point in wasting my Gengar, even bringing it to his Focus Sash. So I'm just going to bring in Gourgeist. Well, actually, it's a good idea because I would have been faster, so my attack would have missed, and then Phantom Force would have brought me to my Focus Sash, and then he would have just Shadow Sneaked me. So it's actually good that I did that. So I'm just going to Shadow Sneak, see how much damage I can take off here. It shouldn't KO. No, it's about 10%. But it's going to Pain Split, which is an interesting choice of moves for a Gourgeist, and brings me down to below half health and brings it back up to a little less than half health, maybe about 35% health. So I'm going to burn it, and I'm going to play my game, and I'm going to try to stall this thing out. And it's going to Phantom Force, which is not going to do as much damage now that it's burned. But I know I can't Protect because it fights through Protect, so all I can do is just go for an attack that I know is going to miss because I know I can't Protect anyway, and I can't Leech Seed, so I can just basically just take the attack. And I can probably survive one more of those, so I have to be very careful here. And the burn damage is going to take a little bit more damage off, and he's going to Shadow Sneak, and I believe I'm going to Shadow Sneak. He's down 14 health, so I'm going to Shadow Sneak. I don't think it's enough to take it out. It's going to be about, yeah, it's about maybe like 10% health left, maybe less than 10% health left. And the burn takes it down to an inch of health, not quite, and it's going to go for a Shadow Sneak. Might be enough to take me out. It is enough to take me out. So I'm going to faint, but at the cost of that, he's going to faint as well with the burn damage. Possibly. I mean, he's getting some leftovers health back. Will it be enough with the burn to take it out? It is enough to take it out. So there's at least a fair trade-off. So now I still have my full health Gengar and my Spiritomb left. So now I'm going to bring out his last Pokemon, which is Gengar. I'm going to bring out my Gengar because I know that there's nothing really that the opponent can do with it. So I'm going to Shadow Ball. I know I'm faster, or it's a speed tie and I went first. Possibly it's going to bring it down to its Focus Sash. And now, see what happens next. Its Special Defense goes down, which doesn't really matter. It's going to go for Dark Pulse. Interesting. Which is still going to bring me down to my... Well, it doesn't bring me down to my Focus Sash. It brings me to 10 health. And I'm still faster, so maybe it was modest. And it was a critical hit, which doesn't matter at all. And that finishes off that battle. Alright, so now we're down to the last two. Hopefully I have enough space left on my phone to record these last two, because it'd be kind of silly to have a video with just two battles in it. 15 turns this one. Not too bad. So we have Gourgeist versus my Gengar to open. Gonna frisk my Focus Sash. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Ball. It's gonna probably do about 80% damage like it always does. Oh, it actually brings it down to its Focus Sash, so it must be not defensively built at all. This will probably be very offensively built. So now it's going to Phantom Force, and I'm going to switch out, because again, I don't want to risk it, because then I would probably end up losing my Gengar, because again, I'd be faster, so my Shadow Ball would miss, and then Phantom Force would bring me to my Focus Sash, and then I would be fainted with a Shadow Sneak. So now he's going to Shadow Sneak, and I'll Shadow Sneak, and I'm going to feint him. Yay. So down goes Gourgeist. Awesome job. Get that defensive wall out of here, even though this one wasn't really very defensive. Next we have frickin' Japanese text. We have Aegislash, and it's going to Shadow Sneak me, which is probably going to be enough to take me out. It's very offensive. It should be... Nope, I survive. Awesome. So I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp here. And that way I can take off some damage here. And it's going to take a little bit of health off. Now I'm going to protect, get some more damage off, get a little bit more leftovers. Actually, not try to have big leftovers. It's going to try to Shadow Sneak again, so it's going to get a little more burn damage off. So now the interesting thing is, can I survive? Now it's going to go into King Shield, predicting me to attack. And I am going to attack, so it's going to bring my attack down even further, which doesn't really matter because I don't really rely on it, but that just basically... Okay, we're back. I ran out of space on my phone like I thought I might, so I went back to the exact moment where we left off, and I just lost my attack from the King Shield, and I'm going to get a Leech Seed off still, which is awesome, because that way I can still try to get some health back, but the Metal Sound's going to go off, which is going to lower my special defense, which doesn't make any sense, because now instead of going for attack, which would have faded me, he decided to just lower my special defense. Okay, so now this buys me a free turn to protect and a free burn damage, a free Leech Seed, everything. I get everything back this turn, and it'll make it a little harder for me to get faded this turn, but now I see a Shadow Ball. It will be probably a KO once he does get an attack off. So I am going to get some health back, a lot of health back from that. I'm going to get more bird damage off. I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak just to see if it's enough to finish it off. And it is! So awesome there. I mean, I go from thinking I was going to get fainted to him messing up and doing a Metal Sound, which lowered my special defense instead of fainting me. Unless he ran out of time for making a decision on his turn, I don't know. That seemed kind of strange move to do. So I automatically seed the Spiritomb. So I take it out of the game as a threat. But my Gourgeist finally does go down because of that. But now I'm finally going to at least get health back. I'm going to bring my Gengar out to try to get some damage off on this thing. So I'm going to go for a Dazzling Gleam to get as much damage off as possible. And it takes probably down... Oh, only 25% off, so this thing must be really, really special defensively inclined. Dark Pulse brings me down to my Focus Sash again. It's probably going to have a Sucker Punch or a Shadow Sneak to finish me off, most likely. And my Leech Seed brings me back to 20 health, which isn't going to do anything. The Shadow Sneak's still going to finish me off. So there goes that idea. So now it's basically... Again, time for my Spiritomb to take charge and finish this off. So I'm going to Calm Mind up and see what my opponent tries to do while I'm trying to stat up. And my opponent's going to use a Foul Play, which is interesting. I've never seen Foul Play yet on the Spiritomb in the tournament, and it doesn't really do that much damage because, again, I'm not very attack inclined, and Foul Play... the damage is based off of the opponent's attack stat, and my attack stat is very low, so therefore Foul Play is going to do shit damage, and my opponent just forfeits because they know that it's going to be the end soon anyway. And this brings us to the final battle, where actually I had 2 battles left. I was at 1701 rating. I thought about stopping, but like, you know what, I'm going to keep on going. I ended up losing the following battle. It brought me down to about like 1680, in the 1680s somewhere. So this is the very last battle. I was, at the time, 7-2 on the last day, which is probably the best I've ever done on the last day. Because usually, like I said, the last day, usually I'm about 500, or I'm like 5 wins, 5 losses, or 6 wins, 4 losses, right around there. So this is the best I've ever done on the 3rd day of a tournament, outside of the Think Fast tournament that I had a long time ago, where I still did very well on the 3rd day. So here we go with the shenanigans of Focus Sash, with the Chandelure. I mean, with my Gengar, because the Chandelure hit me with its Shadow Ball, and now I'm going to go for the, going to get the Spiritomb out. I'm going to Shadow Ball the Spiritomb because I thought it was going to be meant for Chandelure, so it's going to do nothing, and then it's going to Shadow Sneak, and we've seen this 100 times already through the whole tournament. So my Gengar goes down without taking out any Pokemon, so see where this is going. My second Pokemon comes out. I'm going to bring out Gourgeist, again to try to take the Spiritomb out of the game by leech seeding it and burning it and slowly whittling it away. So it's going to dark pulse me, which is going to be super effective. It's going to take off a very good chunk of damage, about 80% damage. I'm going to get a little bit of health back from the leech seed, which I think is actually a lot more back because of that big root. I think I am seeing a lot more health coming back now that I've been looking at it, because I was kind of curious as to whether the big root actually helped or not, but it looks like it does, because it looks like I'm getting a hell of a lot more damage off for that leech seed, and I am getting a lot of health back. So I'm going to try to get a Shadow Sneak off to get any type of damage back, because I know the Will-O-Wisp be kind of pointless where I wouldn't have gotten as much off. But now that I think about it, I mean, I probably could have gotten maybe more consistent damage off on that. But still, anyway, I got a little bit of chip damage off, but the Leech Seed is still on. But now I'm on my final Pokemon, and again, my opponent has all 3 Pokemon left. So, very interesting situation again, where Spiritomb is going to have to take charge again and win the battle for me, like it's done so many times already. So, Shadow Ball goes off, and I'm not going to do anything. Oh, there goes my special defense, though. So, we get my leftovers back, but now I'm back to neutral with special defense, and this the Leech Seed's still going to take off quite a bit of damage on the Spiritomb, so it's just a matter of time where I didn't have to attack it. It was sort of Sucker Punch, thinking I'm going to attack, but there's no purpose for me attacking, as Leech Seed's going to do the job for me. I can just continue statting up and let Leech Seed do its job, and either this turn or next, probably the next turn, not this turn, the next turn, Spiritomb will be taken care of. So Leech Seed goes off again and takes it down to about 5% health. So now again, another free turn of setup, because it seems like my opponent doesn't really want to do anything. So they could have easily switched out a few turns ago just to preserve their fate, but doesn't seem like the case. So now comes a Shadow Ball again, and it's not going to do anything to me at all. So I'm going to get my leftovers back, and I'm going to get my Leech Seed back, and I'm going to bring back to about full health. And it's all going according to plan right now. Now that I'm down to my last Pokemon, it's not really according to the plan being terrible and being down to my last Pokemon, but Spiritomb, just like I said, has just been such a boss this whole tournament. It's definitely my tournament MVP. It got me through so many battles where I was surely going to lose. And this is why I keep on saying that if I had gone with Spiritomb earlier in the tournament, I could have done even better than I already did, which I'll go over my ratings and everything after this battle, meaning it's the last one. So I'm still going to stat up because I see the Destiny Bond coming. So now it's another chess match, kind of where I'm looking and saying, okay, that's one Calm Mind right there. Back up to full health. I mean, one Destiny Bond, not Calm Mind. I'm doing Calm Mind. Then my opponent just switches out into Chandelure. I'm going to Calm Mind again. But now I know that there's no way that he can get Destiny Bond off on Chandelure. So unless it's an egg move, I don't know. I didn't look it up, but it's gonna go for Imprison. So I guess it's gonna assume that I have Shadow Ball and stop me from using Shadow Ball. That might be part of its plan. It wants to stop me from using Shadow Ball. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't have Shadow Ball. I have my Dark Pulse. So it's gonna go for a Shadow Ball itself, and it's not gonna do anything. And I'm gonna go for my Dark Pulse, and that's gonna kick its ass. And now I know that I'm going to be in really good shape here, because I know that my opponent cannot go for Destiny Bond anymore, because if he does and I do feint to Destiny Bond, I still win because I'd be the last Pokemon to feint. So my opponent's pretty much screwed into knowing that it's got to actually battle me and not go for a Destiny Bond. So it's going to try to trick me, hoping that I'm going to go into a Calm Mind and trap myself in a Calm Mind, but get a Choice Band and change the leftovers. But I fortunately go for Dark Pulse here and finish off the match. So very exciting. It's a little bit of trick plays at the end there, but finally got that win taken care of, and that was the tournament. I ended up with 22 wins and 8 losses. I went 8-2 for the final day. Got to a rating of 1697. I just missed 1700, where my peak was 1701. I just missed my peak by like 4 points. I ended up being ranked 18th in the United States, so my highest rating in a tournament to date. So that is the Trick or Treat Friendly. Hope you enjoyed all the battles. Hope you enjoyed the Halloween music I put in the background. And thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe.